The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Stop the KKK, the Kings killing Kings. Go ahead, get you a shirt, support the movement at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Find the link in the Instagram bio. Check this out though. Trump actually increased the tariffs that are going against Chinese goods. $200 billion worth of Chinese goods, not all Chinese goods. So originally they were actually at 10%, and I mean sparking this like these retaliation from China, honestly, and then also sparking just trade talks. So recently they supposedly the talks have been going good. President Trump talking with President Xi about what they were going to do, what resolve they were going to have, but apparently he's saying that because they tried to renegotiate a lot of parts of the deal, that he said they couldn't do that, so they increased the tariffs from 10% to 25%, and he's actually talking about increasing imposing tariffs on all Chinese goods. That's $540 billion worth of products that are brought into the U.S. every year. Now, mind you, think about all the things that's made in China. I mean, that could have a devastating effect. Green War and graduation. So the Bishop Grady laying over what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Stop the KKK, the Kings killing Kings. We all we got, man. You gotta unify. And go ahead and get you a shirt too, and some other gear too from Black Fox News at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Check out the link in the Instagram bio. We'd appreciate the love and the support. Patrick Shanahan is actually the acting Secretary of Defense, and Donald Trump has actually nominated him to be the official Secretary of Defense. Let me give you some background though. He was actually a chief executive of Boeing for 3 decades before he actually joined the Department of Defense. And it was so, especially in the wake of the Boeing MAX 737 planes crashing, the Pentagon actually ran an internal ethics investigation, thinking that Patrick Shanahan was favoring Boeing for defense contracts. Now, he ended up being cleared, but in light of it being discovered that Boeing actually had these malfunctions, they knew about it, and that the government knew about it or whatever, it just seems kind of shady. Green War and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Go ahead, get you a shirt too. Stop the KKK, stop the Kings killing Kings. Yo, we at blackfoxnews.com/shop with it. Check the link in the Instagram bio. But check this out though. Daniel Hale, 31 years old, in Nashville, Tennessee, was actually arrested yesterday and charged with violating the Espionage Act, and he's facing up to 50 years in prison. Now, what did he do? Well, he leaked 11 documents to a reporter. They didn't name it, but sources say that it's actually Jeremy Scahill of The Intercept. But he leaked documents to a reporter that actually unveiled the drone striking program. So Daniel Hale, he actually worked for in the Air Force from 2009 to 2013. That also worked in conjunction with the National Security Agency and the Joint Special Operations Task Force out in Bagram Air Force in Afghanistan, where he actually had to identify targets for assassination. Then he worked in the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. So he definitely has some information to share. We'll see how this pans out though. Green War and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. So over in Maryland, actually in Northern Virginia, Chelsea Manning, former U.S. Army agent that actually had leaked hundreds of thousands of documents to WikiLeaks, actually, unveiling war crimes that were being committed, all types of shit that was going on, executed by like our military and the Pentagon overseas and in the Middle East and all of that, whatever. He was jailed for that, but then recently, after he was jailed as Bradley Manning, he came out as Chelsea Manning and had the sex change. Then actually was running for office in Maryland. Didn't win, but recently, because he refused to testify in front of a grand jury after he was subpoenaed about said issue, and they wanted him to testify against WikiLeaks and Julian Assange and all of that. He refused to. They had put his ass in jail. So he's actually out after being in there for 62 days. But his freedom could be short-lived. Green War and graduation. New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over what the fuck going on for this BFN Report on this nice day, shining on this motherfucker. Stop the KKK shirt, man. Stop the Kings killing Kings. Go ahead, get you a shirt and get some other product too at BFN, man. We got blackfoxnews.com/shop. We got all types of gear, man. We appreciate the love of the support if you go check that out. The link is in the Instagram bio. But in Syria, northern Syria is going the fuck down. Syrian military and Russian military have been bombing the fuck out of that area, and dozens of civilians were killed actually, including a 2-year-old surviving girl that was actually lived in the Idlib province that was recently flattened out by bombs not too long ago. So it's going crazy over there. The United Nations is calling for a giant de-escalation of violence, but you know, who the fuck are the United Nations? You know what I'm saying? And that's how these countries be looking at it. So the war is going to continue, and I'm just keeping y'all updated because yo, everything might be, you hear these birds chirping in the back, but it ain't sunny like this everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Figuratively. Green war and graduation. What other do we'll go to Bishop Grady laying on what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Stop the kings killing kings, man. Yo, you can get this in black and in white. Yo, go ahead and check it out at blackfoxnews.com/shop. We got other gear too, man. We'd appreciate the love and support, man. Go ahead and get that and raise the awareness of yourself, you know what I mean? Keep it a constant reminder and of those around you. But over in Sadr City in Baghdad in Iraq, actually, there was a ISIS actually claimed attack. They claimed responsibility for an attack that actually ended up killing 8 people and injuring 10. Now, this is going on. This actually happened a couple days after the Secretary of State for our country, Mike Pompeo, had actually left. Now, he goes out there to really talk to them about trying to get Iran, or about the presence of Iran in Iraq. Mind you, the two countries are right next to each other. But what happened to ISIS? When did Iran start becoming like the top? Iran and Venezuela start becoming a top priority, isn't it? What about ISIS? They still out here blowing shit up. Like, got you thinking that they might be working for us, right? Green war and graduation though. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report. Stop the kings killing kings. Before we can help other people, we gotta help ourselves, man. We all we got. So constant reminder. Go ahead and get you a shirt too at blackfoxnews.com/shop. You can get it in black and white and support the movement. Get yourself some other stuff, book bags, cell phone cases, etc., man. Fuck with us. But check this out though. Over in northern France, actually, at the port of Le Havre or Le Havre, I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't speak French, man. I'm from the hood. But check this out though. Over there were actually 100 protesters that actually gathered together and tried to put a stop to weapons that were being boarded onto these Saudi vessels that people know are going to be used to continue this violence that's going on in Yemen. So just like the U.S. is actually backing Saudi Arabia with this shit, selling them weapons and all of that, France is doing the same thing. So the protesters are gathered and they actually are trying to shut it down. Are still trying to shut it down, whatever, ahead of shipment. And you know, just to show that they're not in compliance with the war. I think we should do something similar though. Green war and graduation. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying on what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Stop the KKK, man. The kings killing kings. Go ahead and get you a shirt at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Link in the Instagram bio. We'd appreciate the love and the support. We got other shit too, man. Fuck with it though. Check this out though. Over in American Samoa is now where a ship that actually belonged to North Korea that was being used to transport coal, which actually goes in violation of U.S. and United Nations sanctions against North Korea, is now being housed there. Initially, it was seized by Indonesia over a year ago, and then now it's being moved over there. Now, this announcement of this seizure actually came yesterday, which is only a couple days after, this is right after North Korea was actually known to be testing nuclear weapons, essentially. So, it seems a little, even to make that announcement or whatever, it seems a little petty to me, you know what I'm saying? That's what it just seems that, like, it's an agitation method. But we'll see what happens though. Green war and graduation. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying on what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Stop the KKK, man. Kings killing kings, yo. We all we got, man. We gotta kill that. But check this out though. You can get a shirt too at blackfoxnews.com/shop. The link is in the Instagram bio for the Black Fox News page. But check this out though. Over in DC, our protesters have actually been occupying the Venezuelan embassy since like late April. Actually, you have activists from the organization known as Code Pink. You know what I mean? A lot of activists know about them or heard about them or whatever. They be out here. A lot of white people in there, but they be out there really active, trying to make shit happen or whatever. And other organizations too have been opposing essentially Trump giving the keys of the Venezuelan embassy to Juan Guaido, the opposition leader over in Venezuela, who's not the official president. The official president being Nicolas Maduro. Among the activists actually were Jerry Condon, which is actually a 72-year-old Vietnam War vet, also the president of Veterans for Peace, they beat his ass basically, and actually arrested 9 other activists so far too. But officials actually cut off the water and electricity to the embassy, so it's getting tense over there. Green Wall and graduation. New World Order Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report. Stop the KKK, the kings killing kings. Yo, we all we got, man. We gotta protect ourselves, and I'm gonna show y'all why in a second. But y'all can get one of these shirts in white, black, and other BFN gear too at blackfoxnews.com/shop. The link is in our Instagram bio. Check this out though. Over in Alabama, the Alabama State Senate actually had to delay a vote on. They're basically voting on whether they will make abortion a Class A felony, punishable up to 99 years. With no exemptions for rape or incest or anything like that. Now, to me, this raises a giant red flag. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm somebody, I consider myself pro-life and pro-choice. You know what I mean? I ain't going to pick no side. But when it comes to certain shit like this, they actually had, first off, they had to delay the vote because it actually was just very tense and unorganized, and the Republicans were just really trying to like push the shit by. But I think they really just want to kidnap these kids. You know what I'm saying? Think about the kids at the border and think of this, forcing people to have children no matter what the stances are. I think they just need more kids for like rape for the priests and for adrenochrome. You know what I'm saying? Something to think about. Green Wall and graduation. We'll go to Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now, I told y'all earlier this week about the shooting that actually happened in Denver, Colorado. There was actually at STEM School Highlands Ranch, where 2 suspected students were actually or suspected to have gone into the school, killed one 18-year-old and then injuring several others. And that's when I was like, yo, they weren't even, they were unscathed actually when they were arrested, whatever. And I think that's fucked up, especially when black bodies is getting body slammed across the country for doing nothing by law enforcement. But that's another story. But CNN is actually reporting that a mother was actually speaking to the school board and had actually warned of something like this happening because of the rigorous school load that they have. Like she says in the school board meeting how you know this could turn into like somebody being raped or some sort of Columbine incident, or you know, so there being like a bomb or a mass shooting or a suicide or whatever. The school found those to be like defamatory comments and actually tried to file a lawsuit against it. So I don't know, more to come from that because it sounds weird. Green Wall and graduation. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Go ahead, get you a Stop the KKK Kings Killing Kings shirt at blackfoxnews.com/shop. We'd appreciate the love and the support. Support the movement, man. Raise the awareness of everybody around you. And we got other gear too, y'all. Fuck with us, man. We doing good for the people. Charles Hughes is actually the co-founder of Facebook. I'm gonna just get right into it, right? Charles Hughes, co-founder, was probably in a movie somewhere or whatever, and actually put a lengthy op-ed in the New York Times basically talking about how the federal government needs to break up Facebook. Now, this is not the first time people are calling for the breakup of these tech giants. Elizabeth Warren on her campaign right now for president or whatever is saying that. But basically, he cited how this happened with Standard Oil and with AT&T in the past, you know, having these antitrust breakups, essentially. Antitrust meaning they're worried about them having a monopoly. When you have monopoly, you basically can control, essentially, I can inflate prices and make you pay them still because you have no choice. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I actually said that this needs to happen if you watch me on Facebook, but, you know, that's a whole nother story. Green Wall and graduation.